beat Soniqs. And I feel like they did. I think Nouns definitely improved for yesterday, and I think Soniqs maybe didn't play up to their full potential. So keeping that in mind, Nouns versus Wildcard was a close series. Then Nouns 2-0'd Soniqs. Maybe this is not as clear cut as you would think.
Yeah, maybe. All right, we got some predictions. Total number of teleports canceled by stun by 25 minutes.
0. Maybe it's still bugged.
25 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
Player with the least deaths. Oh boy.
I'm gonna take Alone, even if they lose.
Alone? I'm not gonna go with that. I'm gonna go Yawar. Okay. That doesn't feel too good, actually. Will a tower be killed before 10 minutes?
I mean, theoretically,
Death
with these
Prophet,
lineups,
Troll.
I will still say no, actually.
And Lesh. Okay, I will say, I'll say no. Team with the most Roche kills? Ooh. I'm going to say Wildcard.
Yeah,
I
think so too. I think but they might still be fighting around it even after they get it. But I think they might get the Roche kill and then it breaks into a team fight. We'll see. All right, invasive maneuvers here from Soniqs. They're trying to find a bit of an angle on mid, but Devi is already pinging them out, so doesn't seem like he will be too surprised. Wildcard with the 4-for-1 split on heroes right now for runes. Oh, he's still getting caught out. He was not aware. He was just guessing, I think, just barely.
Well, he's got the swash to get away, so he's fine.
Leslau, however.
Oh boy, that is first blood. Did I pick him for least deaths? Oh no, I picked Yawar. Thank God. Jesus.
That is a good first blood to get, though, if you're Wildcard. You get it on your mid hero, who is having, if there's one thing we can say about Quinn in general in this region, he almost never loses his lane. So you're playing Zeus against Lesh, which is a lane that Lesh can aggress in, especially early on. So having that extra buffer on Zeus, very good news for Alone.
By the way, I think Alex was TPing to mid, if I'm not mistaken. It either got canceled or he stopped it for some reason. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either.
I thought
You're right.
that he might have been Fountain randomly, bringing like a fast bottle for Alone, but that is not the case. Either way, the bottle is coming. Yeah, it could be.
Fata bullying Devi's actually dead here.
Wow. Yeah, one
Fata, did
he... Swash is there.
Didn't he decay before he attacked? He might still get him, though. He's still
gonna he's going to get vision here. Okay, should do it. That's just some crazy juking action. Goes to the top. There it is. All right, so that evens it up 1-1. Fata showing the prowess of the Undying. Very annoying here to deal with, no doubt. And Alone, like we said, already has his bottle, as Quinn's bottle is now coming out. And I think this is going to be the most interesting part of the laning stage, watching what runes Quinn gets. He is the rune master.
You were about to say who gets the rune, but you changed your mind.
I did say it. What do you mean?
Oh, you said which runes Quinn gets. You were about to say who gets the rune, but you changed it to which runes Quinn gets.
Yeah, I was going to say that originally, but Quinn just has like a lore about him, right? He's just known for getting the lucky runes. Let's see if any...
If you ask him, he would very much disagree. I'm sure he feels like he never gets the runes.
That's not true, actually. He actually agrees. Yeah, that's why it's such an interesting storyline. He agrees that he gets very lucky.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sure some games are not the case.
Oh,
but...
MSS going to get a courier kill here. A little bit of missing attention from Eve. He knew Willow was there because Sam was fighting him, but didn't stop the courier. So nice little freebie for Mojo.
Yep, in mid lane, 13-5 for Quinn, 10-2 so far for Alone. I mean, how would this matchup, would you say, usually goes? Zeus versus Lesh.
I feel like it's Lesh favored, but not by a lot, probably. But this is a very rare one to see, so especially where there's a new patch and whatnot, your reference kind of sometimes goes out the window for what actually happens. But the thing is, Zeus does last hit quite a lot with his attacks. He can't just Arc Lightning every wave and just get all CS with that and you run dry. So when you do have to come and attack for CS, you get hit by Lightning Storm stun and you take that harassment and might have to buy regen, or worst case scenario, you get killed by Lesh. So usually Lesh with a superior range and that aspect can win the lane against Zeus. And it is kind of what's happening here, right? Like Zeus is still ahead on net worth, but it is courtesy of the first blood. Otherwise he would be 200 behind.
Very true. It doesn't look like, well, we'll see. See if anybody comes for that 4-minute water rune to try to deny one player. That has seemed to have a pretty big impact in the tournament when we see that as a double stun top lane. And Divide Llama with a very baby swashbuckle. He's going to get the dispose help onto Fata. As the decays continue to come, the wand is going to keep him quite healthy. Fata sitting on 1,000 HP. He's doing A-okay.
Which setting do you have on health bars? Like, you know the thing where you can manually adjust how much one bar is? How much health is that for you? For me, it's
Wait,
250. What? You know, when you look over a hero, they have their mana bar, and then they have a health bar with, like, these small, like, separation markers. The separation markers for me are 250 health.
Yes, that's
it's always funny when you're watching Undying destroy a lane, and the enemy hero has, like, 1 bar.
Yeah, it is.
It looks like he has half health. And, I mean, he does have half health, but...
He does.
It's not a lot of health.
Are you telling me there's a setting in options?
I think it might be console only, but you have been able to do that for a very long time. You can change where you want the threshold to be.
I had no idea. That's great.
I think some players actually did that when they played Axe.
Yeah,
so that they knew when you got below that one line, you could Culling Blade.
Oh my god, Cinder, and you just opened my mind up.
I mean, unless they took it out of the game. But I don't think they did. I think you can
Cinder, if you're lying to me...
I am 100% sure you could customize it. I don't know if you can anymore. I know it was 100%.
I'm going to have to make a mental note for this. My Axe play is going to get exponentially better.
And it's going to mess with you so much in the start. If the bars are usually 250 and you change them to like 200, and then all of a sudden you feel like you're killing heroes when you aren't. Like there's something subconscious about these bars for you that you might not really have thought about, but you use it to guide yourself in fights. So
very possibly
it is going to possibly mess with you a bit.
All right, so not a whole lot of action in the mid lane. Especially, I mean, that's a little surprising considering Lesh doesn't really have any kind of an escape mechanism, where Zeus does now. I feel like that should give them some advantage with, like, gank potential.
It's tough for Alex to leave, though, right? Like, Devi can't play this lane 1v2. This is one of the strongest suits of Undying, is when he gets to 1v1 the enemy offlaner, he's just going to bully him out. So you leave him alone there to try to go and gank mid. It's a very unlikely play to begin with, because your mid laner is a Zeus, so you don't have like any reliably strong stun or significant burst to begin with.
Oh,
so you're
Block's coming in. Quinn, he doesn't get the lucky rune, but MSS takes the regen bottom. That takes some damage. Fine. Yeah, he's full HP. I would think he would live through that.
No, it looked like Alone and Sam were thinking about it, but they obviously changed their minds there. Yeah, so far so good overall for Soniqs, you would say. They have a pretty decent laning advantage. Why is he not breaking the clarity on the Undying at least? He could Arc Lightning him and hold his attack animation. He didn't want to hit him because he felt like then they're going to get the D ward, but you could obviously just arc that away. Yeah.
Maybe they agreed upon it before the game to let the clarities fly. He was playing Zeus anyway, so he needs that mana.
So this whole mess is all
But in classic Sonic style, the lanes are going well, right? 1k lead minute 7. All 3 of their cores should be pretty happy. Leslao has the lowest net worth of all 3 of them, but he's very, very close. In comparison, the Pango that's actually all of the net worth difference, is Dragon Knight and Pango. There's 1k between them in the off lanes. So
yeah, because they're mid and position 1 for Eve on the Troll. Very close to the counterparts. They're not that far behind.
But the Pango's game is atrocious right now.
Yeah. Oh, Pango offlane, that's what you get. Gotta pull out the gunner mid style. That's the way we like to see it.
Yeah, let's see what he buys. So he's currently eyeing up Mana Boots, which is pretty standard for offlane Pango. I think, once again, it's probably going to be Mana Boots Blink Shard. Just full-on utility route. Oh, nice. Yawar there. Baiting out the Swashbuckle and the big creep and then gets it.
Dragon form pop bottom. Eve. See if he has to go... It takes too much harassment. We'll have to go into the jungle or not. As top lane, we see the God Strength come out with the Stormbolt to follow Divide Llama. And just TP away, though, in the midst of the Tombstone.
Yeah.
So you aren't. We'll just get some solo XP now and push the lane out.
That still does not feel great. Sure, you TP'd out and you survived, but you're going to lose a big part of this wave.
Yep, that is true.
Now you don't have any rotation potential when you hit that level 6. A lot of the time, offlane Pango actually wants to get involved somewhere else once he connects that key level, but not capable of doing that for the next minute now. Yep, maybe that opens up bottom, potentially, for Soniqs. If they did want to rotate, maybe there was a play on Troll, but their supports are on the direct opposite side of the map. Well, that's not true. Lesh is actually coming, so maybe they will do it.
Yeah, no levels in Diabolic Edict quite yet. Lightning Storm is there to try to set up the split Earth. Not even going to try for it. They're just pushing him out of the jungle completely, which is a win in and of itself, as MSS taking heavy damage from alone, but the Thunder God's Wrath is not enough to secure the kill. Alex will limp away with a sliver of HP, as the rest of Quincy crew very low.
Good soul rip
Tier
there
1 and 2 towers.
from Fata onto MSS. We'll keep him alive, and Fata's gone for a 1-2-1 build. I like this. I think this is overall my favorite build on 5 Undying most of the time. The heal scales really well, especially from 1 to 2. That increases almost a double in lane. Feels really, really good to have. So, yep, bot tower will be falling most likely, and Eve will try to return the favor top. Don't think Soniqs are very interested in getting involved up here, so might just see the full-on trade. And in the meantime,
Fata's thinking about it.
we will be wrong about the tower then. It falls at 934.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Damn you, Cinderin. Very close, though. 2k lead for Quincy crew, as these tier 1 towers are going to be traded. Eve is going to get a freebie.
Yep.
But this is a little bit of different Lesh gameplay than I'm used to seeing. Used to seeing as we're going to see the Dragon Tail come out with the Elder Dragon form in addition onto Alex, but looks to be fine.
Quinn gets
They're going
haste.
to give each other high fives and go back to the jungle.
On Lash.
Yep, it's a good one. He's going to pop it, and they want to try to fight. Sammy boy. No Dragon Tail. There's the slowdown with the Lightning Storm, so that's going to set up the split Earth. That's an easy kill. Alone now is in trouble. He's going to get the Heavenly Jump off. It's Vi Llama. Gets off the Shield Crash, looking for the ult as well. Alone knows that he's likely to die, and he does. Uses the Thunder God's Wrath, but no kills to come for Wildcard other than the Undying in the top lane, which wasn't even a part of this fight. But there's the initiation from Yawar, getting off that Storm Bolt. They find themselves another kill onto Vi Llama, second of the game.
Leslaw's going to pull this wave away, so keeping that pressure on mid. He's got 4 points and Breathe Fire on the offlane Dragon Knight, so very good wave clear and farming capabilities. And surprisingly, actually not going for another hit here on the tower. They do have the Siege Creep dealing damage as well, but they're worried about the counterplay and will yield here. As you said, Fata did get killed top, but what a small consolation prize for Wildcard for what just transpired in that mid lane. And, you know, haste on Lesh. It's insane. Like, this has got to be one of the best heroes to get this rune on early on. Just incredible what you can pull off with a fast pony.
And talk to me about the low levels of Diabolic Edict, which we'll have to hold that thought. As the Exorcism is popped in the mid lane, so this tower will be forted. And there's not many creeps, so we'll see if they mount a defense. And it looks like they will be. So Soniqs TPing in. Leslau ready to go. No Dragon Form for 6 seconds, though. And the tower getting tickled from afar. Obviously, Sammy Boy wants to be a little bit closer to be able to maximize the damage from his Exorcism.
Now he might just die in a bramble.
He's going to get rooted. Yep.
Oh,
no,
Quinn
maybe
canceled
not.
his stun.
Yep, not
I think
opting
he
to get
might
off
have
that
reached
split
it.
Earth.
Actually.
Now Sammy Boy gets healed up, but Vi Llama, he gets stunned, he's invis, and he still dies despite not having any vision. Very nicely played from Soniqs. That is the third death. And it doesn't feel like, I mean, it's too early to really make any calls here, but Vi Llama, like when I think of him, I don't think of Pango. Just doesn't feel like his type of a hero.
He has played it a lot. I think it's actually one of
but-
his most played heroes, but like when this team dominates, it's usually off of him having a pressuring hero in the offlane. I think that is their general path to success, is that he plays like Timbersaw or Viper, you know, these kind of heroes that Mars, in the right circumstances, can put pressure. Pango offlane usually loses. Like, that's just what the hero does. It's not a very strong laner, and you're playing into an unfavorable matchup against the Undying. So, yeah, I kind of agree. I think the biggest problem so far for Wildcard in this game has definitely been Devi Lama having this unsuccessful laning stage. And I'm wondering, like, put other players on Pango, does it really make a difference? Like, I don't feel like it's a Devi Lama problem, like he's playing a bad game or something. I just think strategically these conditions are just really, really hard to thrive under as Pango in that top lane. It's Pango Marcy. Keep that in mind. They picked the Marcy, right? And they end up pivoting the DP that they were probably planning as a 3. They pivot that to 5, and that makes Marcy's game harder in turn as well, right? Alex wants to play aggro in that top lane. He's a Marcy, and he just can't because his lane partner is not a synergistic hero for Marcy at all. So definitely something worth considering. Should you have put Pango 5, right? Because you could have played Pango Troll. I don't think that was unplayable here. They've played Troll Naga, right?
Yeah.
So I think that could have worked.
Could have. Devi, though, has Arcane Boots, and he was going for Diffusal, but has changed his mind into a Blink Dagger now.
Quinn never gets the runes, I told you.
Yeah, I jinxed it, I guess. I mean, maybe on LAN he doesn't get the runes. I haven't actually kept track of that. We'll consider this a LAN.
Lots of stacks here. This feels so good. And this is a big part of why Lesh is so insane with IO, is because of your ability to farm that area in particular. When you
they
have
spot
the
Sammy Boy.
Oh, the smoke
See
fails.
the smoke there? Yeah, so a lot of wasted time, and you can see the net worth just trickling in favor of Soniqs as Devi Llama caught off again. And you can see the Bramble, just roots in general against this hero are ridiculously annoying until you get a shard, which he's already queuing up for as well, but still not even getting his first item yet, as now alone feeling the wrath of Leslau's Blink Dagger, but looks like he's going to get the Heavenly Jump off Sammy Boy. Has the Exorcism already popped in the meantime? So surprisingly, Soniqs not able to finish off the Zeus.
Still a big win for them. They force Exo, they kill Pango, they get mid tower, they lost absolutely nothing. And the biggest winner in all of this, Yawar. He's just 150 CS minute 15. Troll has 100. The disparity between these carries is enormous at this point. I know it's only 1,300 net worth, but Troll and Sven, both with a free game, will sometimes generally go hand in hand if Troll gets a fast
Alex tried to get the dispose, but just a little bit out of range for him, and that's going to cost him again. So Soniqs just feel like they're getting everything that they want, and not a whole lot of pressure from Wildcard. They've tried to pull off some smoke ganks, but they've all failed thus far.
I mean, this is shaping up to potentially be one of the biggest stomps of the tournament at this rate.
Yep, Sammy Boy's just dead to the 3 right clicks. Devi Llama death number 5. 0-5-0, and now they likely will go to the Roche Pit. There's a DD still with the God Strength activated.
Yep.
And it's going to be a quick one. We got the Diabolic Edict and Pata's ult for that amplified damage to Roche.
Well, we had our questions going in today, Shannon. I mean, for now, I have my answer, at least, about whether Soniqs were going to overcompensate or something based on yesterday. Whatever they've done this game, it has definitely worked. This lead is one of the biggest we've had in the whole tournament, minute 16, and this is the lower bracket finals. Just in this game, totally outclassing Wildcard at every turn. All of the moves are successful. They're pushing the towers, they're finding the farm, they're winning the fights, and especially, as we've pointed out, Devi Llama, one of the key players for Wildcard in general, just been totally a non-factor for once, which is pretty rare to say, right? We're usually talking about how this guy is monumental in their victories with his carrying from the offlane. Just this time around, just nothing coming from there.
Yeah, and he is still working on this Blink Dagger. 200 away. And perhaps they just wait for it to be finished. Yeah, it's not really close. Eve has his Battle Fury.
He's going to go in his Aegis.
High ground. He's outnumbered right now. Tombstone's going to be placed. They're not going to focus on him. They're going to focus on Fata instead as Sammy Boy gets hit by the Split Earth. Pretty good roll from Devi, but they're not able to really get a kill out of it. He's going to TP out to safety.
Yeah, just at the moment the Tombstone drops, that fight is actually pretty much lost because nobody can go and hit it. Even, I think it's level 3 Tombstone there. If they keep committing into this, they just lose the fight horribly. It's Quinn leading the charge with Aegis. You can't go on him. You find the Undying with Pango, but if heroes go and help him out there with that kill, it's just going to end way worse. So I think good call from Wildcard to just cut their losses there, lose the one guy and get out. But the problem is, I think the advantage is just going to keep mounting because at the rate of map control that Soniqs have, Sven will outfarm the Troll further by the minute. A moment ago I said 1,300 net worth. Now the gap is over 2k. Gonna take this bottom tier 2 tower, no problem. And then Soniqs can kind of do whatever they want. They have amazing vision in the top half. They have this triangle of 3 dire wards that are seeing a lot of things, including Eve currently farming that old triangle area. And they see Sam now as well. Quinn is thinking about it. Do you think they might find an angle here with Leslau? Nope, they chose not to go on it.
Sammy Boy gonna tank the gank. And Lesh, Mr. Quinn with 2.5 minutes on the Aegis still. Yawar, his God Strength, is about to dissipate, but you can just see the pushing prowess that Soniqs have when the Dragon form is up, along with obviously Diabolic Edict. They'll take these buildings extremely fast, and Quinn actually getting close to finishing an Eternal Shroud.
Divine Llama
see that
is going to jump MSS.
A great item for Lesh is Divine. Are they actually going to try to fight this? The Tombstone's down already, so Sammy Boy is just going to fall right off the bat. Still with the Aegis in tow is a nice Terrorize applied to Alone. That's going to lead to an easy kill on him. Divine Llama gets a nice shield crash, but again, does not lead to a kill for Wildcard. They're getting shellacked.
Quinn has a regen rune. He's going to cut this top wave, probably pop regen. I mean, you could look toward mid even at this point. You don't have to, obviously. All right, they're going to go for him here.
Yep, still a minute 45 on this.
Didn't get value out of the regen. He's taking some damage there.
Yeah, but luckily for him, the Aegis is another regen.
True.
Are they actually going to back here? They don't have Dragon form for 30 seconds, so maybe they just wait for that. Yeah, I think so. As a BKB now online for Leslau, go along with his Blink Dagger. Yawar went for the Mage Slayer this game against the likes of Zeus and Death Prophet. A lot of spellcasters.
Yeah, they're going to commit for Quinn.
They're going to try. He's at half HP, has the Eternal Shroud now, so spell Lifesteal online.
Interesting that he didn't activate it there when they went for that jump. He's holding on to it.
Maybe waiting for his second life to use it?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, he also might have thought they were just trying to poke and bait, you know, and weren't really going to.
There's the Dragon form Leslau initiation. Easy kill, no save from Alex. He does have his shard, so he tried for the rebound play, but he dies 2 in the end. That means high ground for Soniqs. 36 seconds on the Aegis.
Dude, this feels like one of Soniqs' games
value
from the beginning of the tournament.
Yeah, that is true.
Completely annihilating their opponents in this game. There's just nothing for Wildcard to show in this game. Their lanes went okay for a while, but with the exception of top, of course. But without that Pango being able to playmake, without the Marcy having a partner to really initiate anything, literally every single move in the last 15 minutes, I felt like it's Dragon Knight jumping someone and they die. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I'm watching the same play over and over and over again. Wildcard just don't have an answer. They haven't had a save until Marcy got her shard, and it's kind of not really a save. It's like a pseudo save here against what they're facing. And at this point, like, I don't even know. Okay, Gaben doesn't know either. He hasn't known for 3 minutes what to do as Radiant. It's pretty rare that I see 100% win rate expectancy pre-20 minutes. I mean, that is actually ridiculously uncommon.
This is easily a top hat, Cinderin.
Yeah, it's got me, man. This is like... There's very few things that went wrong for Quincy or from Soniqs this game. Like,
well, they died twice, so that's the only 2 things that we
but that's not even
paper.
Necessarily going wrong, right? Like, I don't think any of those deaths were not for a favorable trade even.
Sammy Boy, he
found
did.
them again. 10-0 on Quinn. Beyond godlike. I'm not sure what hope they're holding on for here on Wildcard. If they're going to wait for Troll BKB and then go for a Hail Mary play and try to win a fight with that. Because time is definitely running out.
Yeah, Eve has not died this game.
True.
1 kill, 1 assist. Haven't seen the ult because of that. I mean, they haven't really had a team fight at all, right? It just felt like Soniqs are getting the pickoffs or they're punishing gank attempts from Wildcard. And now the lead is going to a point where you can't really take a team fight. And the saddest scoreline of all, Divine Llama 0-6-0. The only player on his team without an assist. Very sad.
He needs 1 more death, and then in Counter-Strike he would be James Bond.
007.
They do KAD, right?
Yeah, I guess
Oh,
that's
nice
true. They
blink
switch
from
it up.
Devi. That was clutch. He will survive here.
Yep, and he's got the shard now, so that is gonna help him out a bit. As
Sam has
Boy,
been here before.
he takes the outpost for about 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Dies for it, of course.
Not get any value out of that. Didn't get it at the minute count, so doesn't really make a difference. And,
Wildcard, they want to fight. 4 of them are smoked. Lesla's going to show. Rolling
Can they even kill him?
Thunder.
They're
There
gonna
it is
try.
to start things out. They're going to use it with the roll-up and the BKB activated from Eve
can.
and the ult as well. They're going to take out the DK, and now Yawar in a bit of trouble. He's in BKB form, but again, that change coming into fruition, Cinder, but it doesn't matter. Yawar's right clicks are too much to withstand, but he dies shortly after anyway. Alone drops next, and Devi, well, he's got 2 assists, so it's not going to be the 007.
Nice Bramble blindly there.
It's going to be a 7th death, though, nonetheless.
That was honestly
Triple
pretty
kill.
admirable from Wildcard, right? They have a dead DP. They still go for a 4-man smoke. They burst Dragon Knight. They use that troll ult with BKB, so their first real play of the game. I'm not going to say it bears fruit, but that wasn't really a loss, even though the fight overall went 2 for 4. Because they're just that far behind that Sven kill is worth piles of gold for the Zeus. But yeah, just... Unfortunately, probably too little too late, but good to see a glimmer of hope from them here. With that move and just taking some initiative when they finally have the tools available. It's just developing said tools has taken a little bit too much of the time for their civilization.
Good one, Cinderin.
All right, 0 stuns, we got it. Good. 0 teleport stuns, that is.
Yeah, what do we have?
Fata? Fata could be... I mean, they don't know anything about this, so they don't dare chasing in.
Yeah.
And Fata doesn't know what they're doing either, so he actually TP's out. He was completely fine there. But, you know, lack of information. Gonna play it safe.
Well, Quinn
Roche is up.
finishes his Bloodstone.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
think
we're
that's the
happy to
thing.
see that, aren't we? That's the
Yeah,
item
it's
you
the
want to
one
see.
hero. The one hero that will buy it. I feel like it's underrated.
Whoa,
It's gotta be
Devi.
one of the other heroes. He's fine.
Yeah, he blinked behind the wave. I don't know what he was hoping to accomplish here, but that's just a Pengold out of the window. Honestly, that's a lost Roche. I think without this spell, they can't contest the pit. So I think Quincy, or I'm going to keep saying that once in a while because of their logo. It'll get fixed, I'm sure. Soniqs will...
That's going to be their reward for
Probably make
making it to
that
TI. And the
Yeah.
logo will be updated. We're going to have a team fight here. Alone gets crushed. Marcy is next. And actually, Eve ends up getting the kill onto Yawar, but now he's completely out of mana and now out of HP as Quinn is the real carry for Quincy Crew. Sammy Boy, he is likely to fall next, although there was a buyback from the Marcy, so you got to be a bit careful. Pops the Unleash, using that to try to take out the Tombstone, but instead will take a split Earth to the face instead. But Alex actually able to rebound out to safety. Sammy Boy dies, though, to the hands of the Lesh, as Alone is going to get right-click down. That's a dieback for him. And I would expect the GG's potentially.
Quinn is crushing it. 16-0-7.
I should have picked him for least deaths. Damn it.
Yeah, me too. Then we would have been right.
Damn it, Cinderin.
You baited me somehow.
Wait, what did you go for?
Alone.
Zeus. Yeah.
It's close. He's like 3rd to last.
6 deaths.
He's died 6 times on Zeus this game, so... Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's kind of what happens when the map when the map gets this small this quickly. Zeus wouldn't usually be at this much risk, but in order to go and find farm, he's just exposing himself to getting Blink Dragon Tailed. And
All right, I think this is the end of the game if the fight does not go well. And it's not going to go well without Zeus, I do believe. Fata able to force after the low ground as Roche is already at half HP. They have to contest now. Rolling Thunder is available with the Blink Dagger. Are they able to scout it out in any capacity? Here comes the Rolling Thunder. Okay, there. He finally ends up in the pit. Yawar's going to pop the BKB, just focusing on Devi for a little bit. Now back onto Roche. Devi, he's taking a lot of physical damage.
Not
he's dead.
good.
And Aegis and Shard go the way of Soniqs. Looks like
the shard on
Yawar is going to
Sven?
get the
Yep.
shard. Okay, all right.
I mean, it is a really good
undispellable.
shard, right? You just get 7 armor aura.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Depends on the game, I guess. I mean, good against the Ghost and Troll.
I mean, okay, just think about how much do you pay for a plate mill? 1,400, right? It's the same as a shard costs. Plate mill gives you 10 armor. The shard gives your team 35. It's pretty insane, right? Like, that's a value proposition. And that's obviously under the condition that everybody's in range from the aura, but you get the idea. Like, this shard is actually incredible.
True.
It is amazing value.
Good math equation there.
That's why Entity were running this hero as a 4, by the way. It was for that spell in particular. It was for that timing. Getting that 7 AoE armor for your team for free and having Undispellable Warcry on a support is incredibly nice against the right type of lineup. Yeah, I like seeing it on your war here.
Couple that with the Vlads or something.
Yep.
As a support, that is.
Your whole team just has 10 armor.
There you go. Not too shabby.
And it's time.
27k lead, trying to find things to talk about other than that this game has been over for 20 full minutes.
We can talk about how Quinn used Bloodstone on a creep wave if you have nothing to talk about. Very interesting.
Well, it's not that long of a cooldown, only 30 seconds, Cinderin.
Yep.
Diabolic Edict now.
He has the Nihilism as well.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice. Holy jeez. That is pretty ridiculous. Tombstone giving him some cover as the fortification is gone, and now pounding into the buildings. This is only going to be their second set of racks.
Well, if Wildcard aren't going to do anything in this lane, I don't think they'll have time to wait 3 minutes before the top fight happens, so you might as well have chosen to fight for this one instead of waiting for top. Oh, the Vilama's going to get caught here. They might throw him away. They will.
Maybe there's an item they're waiting for, or they're just waiting for the Dragon Form to wear off. It is getting somewhat low, but Vilama's dead right off the bat. Alex is next. Eve TP's in, and he's already at half HP. Might have to pop that ult. Gets soul ripped, getting chased now by Quinn, and there's the BKB and the Troll ult. Can't control your hero anymore, but this is on an Aegis target, so Quinn doesn't really care too much about dying
He's not
here.
even dying.
And he doesn't even die to begin with. That Bloodstone pretty damn good. GG's finally come out, putting Soniqs up 1-0 in this series. A Gaben's top hat shellacking from minute 6 and beyond.
They got absolutely crushed completely. And I mean, we had plenty of time during the game to talk over it, but I think the essential primary problem for Wildcard this game is that their playmaking heroes, Marcy and Pango, lose their lanes super hard and can't find moves. And it's just Soniqs running at them one lane to the next, killing them in the jungle, finding the picks.